Today we're going to look at, from the 2023-2024 season, who I think the single best three-point shooter is and why. We're going to have several honorable mentions. We're going to discuss essentially what makes a good three-point shooter in my range, their ability to shoot it efficiently, their volume, their range, and their ability to generate their own shots. Let's go. All right, so let's meet the 7 candidates that we have for today. The first candidate that we have goes by the name of Elijah Pepper. He plays for UC Davis for the Aggies. He is a senior. He is probably mostly known as a three-point shooter. He drives a little bit, but he's not super quick. He definitely likes a set shot, and when people are open or when people cross help and he's open, he hits them this year with a 40.8% clip. Over his career, he shot with a 36.6. This year is the most impressive because he's shooting not only 40.8%, but he's shooting 8.6 threes a game, generating 10 plus points of offense every single game, along with getting some from 2-pointers as well. Elijah Pepper. Our second candidate, I had trouble finding any information whatsoever. So he is Cliff Davis. I believe full name is Clifford Davis. I believe he went to a JUCO 2 years before this, but this year he plays for Northwestern State Demons. He is a junior, obviously, if he went to JUCO, and he shoots 42.1% from three, shooting 8.8 threes a game. Okay, so he's making 3.7 of them on average, which is almost 11, almost 12 points a game just from threes. And he shoots almost exclusively threes. He shoots like 3 twos a game on average, but he shoots 8 threes. So he is in there to shoot, and he does it very, very well. Cliff Davis. Next, we have Ethan Taylor. Ethan Taylor is a pretty big recruit coming out of high school, I believe, just looking him up. And this year, he is shooting 40.2 from behind the arc. In his career, he's shooting 37.2, but the big thing about this year is his volume has gone drastically up. He now shoots 8.8 threes a game instead of 3.6, which he did last year. He's also a pretty good driver and a pretty good passer, which makes his other skills and frankly opens up the ability for him to shoot outside as well. Ethan Taylor. The next candidate is Tyler Thomas from Hofstra. Tyler, in the last 2 years, both of them, he's actually shot above 38%. Shot 40.5 last year and 38.4 this year. But the big difference is this year is he's shooting 10.9 threes a game. 10.9. That is a crazy high amount. He drives a little bit, he passes a little bit, but again, he definitely shoots more threes than he does anything else by far, and he's shooting it at a very good clip. And then we get to the first name that I've heard of, which is Max Abmas. Max Abmas is a senior. I believe it's Abmas, maybe it's Abmas. Senior at Texas. The reason I know about him is, shout out to Jordan Sperber, is that he played at Oral Roberts and shot it unbelievably well there. When I ran a system very much for him. So the big thing is moving to Texas this year. His volume is down because I'm guessing increase in competition and increase in players that surround him. However, his percentage has gone up. So he's shot 39% in his career and 41% this year on 7.6% volume. The best thing about this is that it's not a fluke. He is a very good shooter. He's been lights out for the past 5 years. And we get to Blake Hinson. And Blake Hinson is a senior at Pittsburgh. He played at Ole Miss for 2 years. He is, I think, the most unique of all these players because he represents essentially a forward. Like, he is more of a post player than any of the others. He's definitely thicker, he's bigger, but he's still athletic. He reads the game really well, sees it really well as shoots it really well, which is an unbelievably good combination. So he shoots 40.9%, and he shot 8.3 threes on average each game this year. So he is having a great year. He shoots way more from three than he does on the inside. But as I said before, he's a pretty solid passer, and I think he sees the game really well as well. Blake Hinson. And then last we go to Boogie Ellis, who is a senior at USC. He is a very strong ball handler as well, which is a great combination. And this year he's shooting an astounding 45.5 in the three-point percentage. He's shooting 7.5 threes on average a game and is consistently throughout his career a 38.5% shooter. So while this year is a 7% uptick, which is obviously probably somewhat random variance, he is a very good shooter overall, Boogie Ellis. So then finally, we get to my winner. The best shooter of the 2023-2024 year is, because of his range, his ability to adapt to different styles, different coaches, and being able to maintain consistent shooting despite being the tallest player on the court, being the longest, being the quickest, is Max Abmas. And look forward to seeing everything he does, and hopefully he gets a little bit of NBA action as well. I love what Max Abmas brings to the game. Would really appreciate any comments if you thought like, oh, this player is a good shooter. I will 100% look him up. If you enjoyed this, feel free to like and subscribe, and have a great rest of your day.